The first question is, how do I return the response from an asynchronous call? This is a common question that is asked on Stack Overflow. Let's start by analyzing the common mistakes that beginners make when handling asynchronous results. In the demo code, we have a function called getAsyncData that makes a network request to get some data asynchronously. The result of the network request is handled by a success callback function. A common mistake is trying to store the results of the asynchronous response in a variable that is declared outside of the callback function. Beginners will try to return this variable, expecting the function to return the result of the asynchronous network request. However, the function will end up returning an undefined value, even though we can verify that the asynchronous response has a result which we can log to the console. So why does this happen, and how are we supposed to get the asynchronous result? The problem occurs because the asynchronous result was handled in a synchronous manner when it should have been handled in an asynchronous manner. Synchronous code is executed in the order in which it occurs in the program, but asynchronous code happens in an unpredictable order. Furthermore, asynchronous requests can only be handled after all of the synchronous code has finished running. This is true even if the asynchronous request is completed instantly. With this information, let's analyze the code to see what is actually going on. So first, a variable named result is declared, and it is initially undefined. Next, an asynchronous request is made. Since the request is asynchronous, it is processed on a separate thread and is not handled immediately. Next, the function returns. And since the result variable is still undefined, it returns an undefined value. Lastly, now that all of the synchronous code has finished, the asynchronous result is now handled by the success callback function, and the result is stored in the result variable. However, this does not change the value of the return statement. OK, so how are we supposed to handle the asynchronous result? The asynchronous result must be handled in the callback function. You should not try to extract the result and handle it outside of the callback. So for example, if you want to take the result and modify a DOM element with it, it must be done in the callback function. One approach to make this easier is to make the function accept a callback function as a parameter, so that it is easier to modify the success callback. Let me demonstrate this. So here I'm going to add another parameter. Let's call it callback. And then I'm going to replace the success callback with the parameter. And now I can pass in the handle result callback into the function. And as a result, we can see that the callback handler will now output the result to the console.